Hi everyone, hope you're all well. So I'm going to be doing a Q&A video. I'm just in a really kind of chirpy, chatty mood, so I thought, why not do a Q&A? I've asked you guys on Instagram and Snapchat mainly for your questions, and I usually do it on Twitter, so I'll start on Instagram. Oh my god, there's 296 questions. J4MJ4RS asks, I'm really wanting to move over to Europe after I finish my college. Where would you recommend living / visiting in England? Thanks so much. Living in London is amazing, but it's really expensive to live here. It depends like how much money you've got as well, and like how much money you've got saved maybe, what your job might be, or if you're studying over here. West London is a lovely place to live. East London and Shoreditch area are quite kind of a bit more rustic, a bit more quirky. It's a bit more laid back over there. So like I'd love to live over in East London just to see what it's like as well. But if not, I would say to live maybe on the outskirts of London, in Greater London. It's just not long into central London anyway, and it's a lot cheaper to live there. To visit, there are so many places. I find this question so hard to answer. West Hampstead is amazing if you like crepes, go there, and there's this crepe van thing, and it's amazing. It's just as good as like Parisian crepes, which are amazing. South Bank's really cool because it's just, there's always something going on there. It's a very artsy kind of place. There are exhibitions or installations and things like that to go and visit. It's very current and very artsy and cultured. And it's a lovely place to go and like take photos and things like that. Visit Cornwall. I think Cornwall's a really lovely place. It's so different to London. Some of the beaches are lovely there as well. Oh, that's a good question. Hania Zain asks, if you could steal any talent from anyone, whose talent would it be? Like voices, etc. I want to say Wes Anderson or Martin Scorsese's directing skills. Film skills. How amazing would it be to be able to create things that well? Michael Jackson's performing skills and voice, you know, his voice performance. Beyonce's, can't say performance skills. To be as much kind of a visionary and an amazing designer as Coco Chanel was, like to live in that time and have her skills and create such an amazing fashion house. That would be amazing. Quara Noah asked, is your marriage going to be cozy or luxurious? I think hopefully a mix of both. I don't want a really stuffy, everything perfect and like you can't even touch anything in the room, luxury kind of wedding. But then I don't want it to be a totally kind of quirky, weird wedding. So I want it to be somewhere in the middle. I want it to feel comfortable, and I want it to feel friendly, but I want it to look really nice as well. So I've no idea where to start with what? I don't know where to start with wedding stuff. In Vogue Baby asks, do you have an idea of the wedding place in England or more exotic? I've always flirted with the idea of it being in a different country. It's just, I feel like to get all of our family and friends and everything over to a different place, probably here in London, because I feel like it reflects us really well. I'm sure we'll find somewhere amazing in London as well to have it. But yeah, I'd love a wedding in like on a Caribbean beach or something, but yeah, I don't think it's realistic. But honeymoon. Jessica15 asked, would you go back to curly hair like you had before? And I actually get asked this quite a lot. A lot of people are like, oh, you look nice, but I miss your curly hair. And it's like, thanks. But I also really like when I have curly hair. Yes, I'm thinking of going back to curly hair this summer, but I'll see how I feel. Cami92 asked, why do you love fashion and styling so much? That's a good question. I don't know if everyone's like this or not, but like all my life, you know when you kind of people watch, and I've always people watched and looked at what they're wearing, so I've not really as much looked at their makeup or their faces or I always notice what people are wearing, and I always kind of, you know, notice good outfits and like in my opinion bad outfits or whatever, but an awareness of what people are wearing. I just enjoy seeing what people are wearing. But the reason I love personal style and everything so much is because every day you can tailor what you're wearing to how you feel, and how like you can kind of reinvent yourself every day. And I think that's such an exciting thing in life, because so many things in life are so dull and controlled, and I feel like something no one can really control is how you want to dress, and I think that's such an amazing thing. And I love that you can experiment and be who you want with style, whether you've got tons of money or whether you don't have a lot of money, whether you're young or old. I love that because I didn't grow up with much money, and a way of expression for me was to just dress really crazy, you know, like dress how I wanted, and it made me feel more empowered even though I didn't have a lot of money. So Rusty Foucault asks, what is your heritage? My dad is Guyanese and my mum is English. Yeah, I think she's from Cornish. Amelia Caulfield asks, how is your social anxiety at the moment, and what has been most helpful to you when dealing with anxiety? I still struggle with it. I think it's better overall. It's a lot better since about 2 years ago. I think I still need to go and see, I went to see a therapist, but I feel like I need to go and see someone different just to get a different way of dealing with it. I just try and tell that voice to shut up, you know, like that voice that starts being like, oh, but what if this happens, and you're gonna be really awkward and blah, blah, blah. I just literally try and tell myself to shut up, and I try to just distract myself, and the best thing to do is just go and do it, like go and like get on the move, go to the meeting or go to meet that person, and that voice slowly kind of dies. Chori asks, do you like ketchup chips? Yes, I do like ketchup chips. I haven't had them forever. I used to have them at school. Baby Blue Bird asks, have you ever suffered from any kind of mental illness? I have times where I feel like I have some symptoms of depression, and I've never really spoken about that before, but there are times when there's been a lot of times where I've just been like, why am I here? Like, what's the point of me being here? And just a lot of really dark thoughts and a lot of dark times. And I feel like I've also had many bouts of post-traumatic stress disorder. And when I look at the definition of it or the symptoms of it, I'll match so many of them. And I've had a lot of like horrible just weeks of horrible nightmares, waking up gasping and things like that. So I think post-traumatic stress disorder is not talked about much. So if you guys want me to do a video on that, I'll try and do one. And I've actually, I don't even know whether to mention this, but I feel like I should. About 1.5 years ago, I actually struggled with an eating disorder as well. There's such a taboo. I feel like if you do a video on like, I've had this massive problem, then everyone kind of thinks you're just doing it to get views and stuff. So, but if you guys want me to do a video on that, I will. It might be difficult to do, but yeah. Natalia asks, what's your zodiac sign? I'm a Leo. That's such a random question. Lydia Beth _ asks, if you were a chair, what one celebrity would you want to sit on you? Part of me wants to say Kylie Jenner just to touch it, but then again, I mean, I don't want to say Tom Hardy because that's my answer for everything, but Tom Hardy. It's Tris says, will you choose an interesting hair colour besides blonde anytime soon, like auburn or black? I think they both would look really cool on you, especially with your eyes. Thank you. Black hair doesn't look good on me. I've seen this comment quite a lot. People saying that I'd look good with black hair. I would try my hardest actually to find a picture of me with black hair and insert it. It doesn't look right on me because my natural hair colour is quite mousy. It's like a mousy brown. And it just doesn't look good. And auburn, I've had like auburn reddish hair before. It looks okay, it looks better than black, but I don't know. I just like blonde. I like blonde and like a brown that's like my natural hair colour. Anything else, I don't know, just don't know. Hey, let's go on Snapchat. If you're not following me on Snapchat, by the way, go follow me if you want to. It's Sammi.Maria. No pressure, but you should. I'm joking, but please do.
I was wondering, are you gonna incorporate Riley and Franklin in the wedding somehow? It would be really cute to see them in a little tuxedo, maybe bring you the rings. Let me know. Bye.
Yes, we've planned. We really want them to be there. We want like pictures with them, like in all our get up and everything. And at the moment, we'd love for them to walk down the aisle with the rings. That'd be so cute, but we're not sure if venues will allow dogs, so that's the only issue at the moment.
Hey Sammi, so my question to you is if you had to live anywhere other than London, where would it be? And also check out this view.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Anywhere, if I could live anywhere, apart from London, it would either be New York or LA. Preferably New York, in Brooklyn perhaps. Hipster central. No, but I'd love to live there. Like when you do well in England, it's like you should be quiet about doing well and being successful. And I've heard that in America, people are a lot more positive about success, which is really good.
If you were to give one piece of advice to anyone going through school at the moment, what would it be?
If you're going through hell, keep going. is my quote to you. School. It will pass so quickly and you'll be in your 20s and you'll be like, school? That seems like a blur. So if you're having a crap time at school, just keep going. Do the best you can do.
My question is, would you ever consider hiring an assistant for both of you guys? Love your videos.
Oh, that's a good question, thank you. We definitely probably need an assistant for November night because it's so much work that goes into it behind the scenes. And it would be great to have some sort of, you know, to have someone who really knows what they're doing and has had a lot more experience than us in fashion design and in fashion everything pretty much, because we're learning as we go. So it's really great to have thrown ourselves into the deep end with November night, but it's yeah, I think to have an assistant would be amazing.
Hey Sammy, what do you and Jason do if you have an argument or a fight? Like, how do you solve it? And lots of love from Denmark.
Hey, we don't really have full-blown, we honestly don't really have like full-blown arguments. He said that I can be quite passive-aggressive, so I think my thing is more to like be quiet and like let things fester, just things like him not helping with the housework and things like that. And I'll just kind of say these like subtle things like, thanks for doing that, when he hasn't and stuff. I think we both know that communication is really important in general. So whenever we have some sort of disagreement, we just try and talk about it, or he tries to get me to talk because I can be really like stubborn. So it's basically just to sit down and just talk it out. And yeah, that's our best way to get through stuff really.
Hi, Nicole, and my question is, what inspired you most whilst you were growing up? Love you.
Oh, that's a good question. That'll be my last one. I love you. It's weird because when I was because I grew up during such a transitional time where, I mean, like when I was really young, we didn't really have, there wasn't an internet and you know, like mobile phones were just kind of starting to be cool, and then I've kind of grown up through that whole thing of like now there's social media and everything. There are a lot less figures to look up to in general. I'd say like my mum's always been my rock, you know, like when, I guess she's inspired me to do what I want. She'd never made me stay within any barriers in life, you know, she was never like, oh no, you have to do law or you have to become a doctor. Obviously I haven't. No, she's someone who pushed me to be as free as I wanted to be. Any females that were kind of in the public eye or that were known for being like, being a go-getter, I think helped a lot, because there was a lot of girl power, you know, from the Spice Girls to Destiny's Child. To see other women doing really well and to be really successful has definitely been great, but I can't think of many people in particular. I think that's enough questions. I could sit here all day answering your questions. It's so nice to like have a kind of one-on-one chat with you all. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know if you want me to do more Q&A. If you guys are wondering, my dress is from Free People. I'll show you because I love it. It just came today and I'm obsessed with it. If I stand on my chair. It's so like floaty and pretty. I'll link this down below if you guys are interested. And my lips, all my lips is MAC Sin. And that's it for me, really. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a really good day or night. And I will see you next time. Bye. And thank you for your questions.